On this episode of The Legend of Croc Gold,
We got a plan, guys.
Farley Dean's desperate search for gold on Bougainville Island goes off the rails.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't think we can't do it.
Frustration
We can't sacrifice the crop every time we run up the river.
and failure
It's pitiful.
Yeah.
ignite an explosive confrontation,
Nobody's saying you didn't do it.
No, you are saying I can't do it.
pushing the crew to the brink of mutiny.
So it's a dictatorship. Your way or the highway.
Tensions are high and time is short.
It's not your day to waste. It's all ours.
No.
You brought us here.
As Farley doubles down for a final push up the Queens River, battling killer crocs
Croc is in the water!
as he hunts for a fortune in island gold. Bougainville Island, Papua New Guinea. Alaskan miner Farley Dean has spearheaded a high-risk gold mining expedition to this exotic South Pacific island, battling raging rivers, ferocious crocodiles, and a series of mechanical problems
This is stupid.
in his search for millions of dollars in gold that will save Farley's family business from bankruptcy.
Long time coming.
But now, more than 2 weeks into the 6-week mission, Farley and his team have found less than an ounce of gold. Miserable living conditions, costly mistakes,
Whoa, Farley.
and the serious lack of gold are taking a toll on the crew.
Well, right now I'm trying to clean out these wounds I got on my shins. Just climbing on top of the croc cage and getting in and out of the boat. I banged my legs up a few times. These are taking over a week to heal. And they're just getting worse. Starting to get a little infected. The weather here is just so humid. It's not giving my legs any time to dry out. I mean, something as small as this can get infected, and then, you know, if it does and I have to get shipped back to a hospital that can take care of me, then that's going to shut down our entire operation. At least put it down for weeks, you know, until things are, until I'm fully recovered from this.
That was a lot of material.
That's 200 pounds of concentrate.
After 15 days, and with less than 4 weeks left, Farley and the team are processing the first dredge samples ever collected from the Queens River. Just 1 day ago, the boat crew faced crocs and a deluge of mechanical problems to eke out just under 2 hours of dredging on the river bottom. Farley hopes the concentrate they collected will boost the team's spirits and finally prove that long-term mining on the island can be profitable.
That is pretty impressive.
How'd the river look when you were up there in that spot?
It took us some time to get up there, but yeah, as far as the area, yeah, it was perfect for what it should be, where we should find gold.
We got to hit at least a half an ounce in this tub, or I'm not going to be happy. Every time I send these guys out there, I'm looking for an ounce an hour, because that's where we got to be. If we don't find the right amount of gold within the next 20 days, we might as well pack it up and go home. It won't be worth coming down here again.
Earlier this year, Farley shut down his family's failing Alaskan gold mine and invested everything he had in this high-risk expedition to find gold on Bougainville.
Dealing with mostly fleck, or is there nuggets as well?
Nuggets.
He believes that the island can be home to a fortune because locals have successfully panned its rivers for decades. And because tribal legend says the island's Queens River is home to massive deposits of gold that are guarded by killer crocodiles. But to date, they have found no gold in their dredge sites on the lower section of the river.
Well, this is going to be the telltale of whether we're not going to go up the river slower or faster.
Yeah.
So if we don't see some gold in this, we're going to definitely move up faster. You know, go miles at a time instead of gravel bars at a time. Yep.
I would be surprised if there's no gold in what we took yesterday.
Let's clean this thing out.
I would be all right with about 4 grams for the amount of time that we spent. We did move a lot of dirt. The gold should be where we were.
Let's get that magnet. Thank you.
The black sand that's so prevalent on Bougainville is rich in iron. So Bryce uses a miner's magnet to remove it from the concentrate, making it easier to spot any gold particles or flakes.
Don't see anything yet. Nothing on the sides.
No.
A little bit in the corner there.
Yeah.
That's not going to pay for the gas.
The sample is a total bust. All of the team's hard work has been for nothing. Their spirits are shattered.
Yeah, we gotta do something different. It's pitiful.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we haven't paid for anything yet with all the gold put together. I'm just, in all honesty, I'm getting frustrated, Farley.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're gonna move up. That's all there is to it. We just got to get up further now. I think the team is working really hard. I think they're doing everything they can do right now to get it going. We just had a little bit of bad luck, and we will get it to work. That's all there is to it.
I mean, do we keep pushing further up, or do we just try somewhere new?
We still have to get the boat up the river to get the big dredge up the river. Next time, we just got to go up considerably further. That's all there is to it.
I don't see how we make it up. There's way too many log jams. The farther we go up, the more log jams there are.
And you're beating the hell out of your boat.
Yeah, we almost didn't get it out this time.
Well, it's a little bit of a do-or-die situation. We got to quit farting around with these trees down on the lower end. We got to get up that river.
You write that one off the list.
All right,
Another
perfect.
check on the board. There could be no gold in this river at all, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to go up the river.
Bougainville was created when tectonic plates collided, creating a rich volcanic environment. For centuries, the island's 3 volcanoes blasted minerals and gold to the Earth's surface, where heavy tropical rains washed it into rivers and streams. With the clock ticking, Farley is desperate and convinced the only way to salvage his operation is to get his 6-inch dredge closer to the volcanoes where the gold originated.
All right, man. So we ready to take a look at it?
Yeah.
But it's a daunting plan after yesterday's turbulent journey down the Queens, which damaged one of the boat's propellers. Farley has had to shut down dredging operations so that the boat can be repaired and inspected.
You see this yet?
Yeah. Wow.
It'll cost him at least one precious day of mining. But with the nearest modern hospital more than 4,000 miles away, he can't risk running the river in a damaged boat.
One of the things you have to know about an outboard is they'll cut your hands off. Many outboard operators are missing hands because if you turn the prop, it will turn the engine and it'll ignite. And it's just simply because they did something that turned the prop that made the engine strike.
Well, we can pull spark plugs.
That would be great. Thank you.
The way that we ran the boat yesterday can't continue to happen. I suspect that we hit something, log probably. It bent one blade a little bit, second blade a bit more, and that third blade just broke. The goals of preserving the boat and finding gold are at odds because we're suspecting that there's more gold upriver, but that pretty much guarantees additional damage to the boat.
These ones, dude, is just...
That's
They
it.
slide right on and right off.
That's it, huh? Just that?
Yeah, it just slides right on and off. And then just throw these guys back on.
We can't sacrifice the prop every time we run up the river. We have one spare. Now we have no spares.
That's not going anywhere.
Hopefully that did it.
Meanwhile, 7 miles west of base camp, Jim and Ian are hunting crocodiles. Because local tribes believe that the hundreds of crocs found in the Queens River guard the island's hidden gold, Jim is taking advantage of the down day to train Ian to help him capture problem crocs.
With all these crocodiles we're dealing with in this area, I really wanted a regular assistant. So I decided to train Ian to help me out in case I got to jump on a croc or when I'm out and about and I need help. We're looking for footprints, we're looking for tail drags, we're looking for bedded down areas where they'll crawl up and lay in the sun. Ian's going to be the one to be right there behind me on it.
Farley's plan to find a fortune in gold calls for the team's diver to use a 6-inch dredge in the virgin soil beneath the Queens River. But deep riverbed depressions are prime hunting grounds for the island's monster crocs, which are found near gold deposits so often that ancient tribes believe the crocodiles were put in the Queens River to guard the gold.
In a situation like this in this area, it's pretty easy to find the crocs. They're going to be in the Queens River where we need to go dredge, or they're going to be in that marsh right there at the mouth of it. So it's pretty easy to know right where they're going to be hiding. That walked right up on one. Of course, she blended right in, didn't she?
Good Lord. What do you need me to do, man?
I'm going to hand you the stick and then get around behind her, and you keep her occupied so I can get up on her. Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, you ready, bud?
Yes, sir.
She is too.
Easy, mama.
Oh,
Coming up,
We may have done some damage to the boat.
a battered boat
I just don't see it working out.
and disgruntled crew
Nobody's saying you didn't
No,
do
you
it.
are saying I can't do it.
spark a fiery confrontation.
I have lived a different freaking life.
And later, Farley resorts to desperate measures in a dangerous push up the Queens River.
Croc is in the water! He's in the water!
Okay, listen, Ian.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get around behind her and then hand you the stick, and you keep her occupied so I can get up on her.
Yes, sir.
Got it? Okay.
She's mean, man.
She's a little angry.
Ian and Jim have found a young mother croc along the banks of the Queens River.
Just tell me what to do.
She offers Jim a perfect opportunity to train Ian how to safely approach and hopefully capture a crocodile.
Okay. We came up on a crocodile right in the path we were walking on. We almost walked right up on her. They blend in really good. That's one of the tools they have to be a successful ambush predator. All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
She is too.
Easy, Mama.
Keep her occupied over there on the front. So I used my stick to keep her from turning towards me on the trail, and I jumped around behind her, handed the stick to Ian. Ian kept her occupied with the stick while I got her tail, got up on her back.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Okay. All right, reach in my vest pocket. I got a roll of tape. Once I got the tape on her, she can't bite, but she can still swing that head. She can still swing that tail. Got it? Okay. I'm gonna run my hands up, close her jaws. You give us a couple rolls right around in front of my fingers here.
Yes, sir.
Up behind the nose.
Saltwater crocodiles have the strongest bite ever measured by scientists. Their massive jaws slam down on prey with more than 4,000 pounds of pressure per square inch, 40 times greater than a human bite. This impressive strength is used to crush the bone and muscle of their prey so it can be swallowed whole. But while crocodiles exert incredible biting force, the muscle used to open their jaws is so small and weak that their mouth can be kept closed with a rubber band or electrical tape.
Perfect. Not too tight. Just right. All right, now she can't bite us. She can slap with the head and the tail. She can't bite us.
Can I touch her?
Yeah. Feel the muscles in this animal.
It's all muscle.
I'm gonna get this front end,
Yes,
if you
sir.
will, get the back legs and the tail. Our croc encounters are not gonna be this easy. This was a good one to test Ian on. We're gonna have to catch bigger ones, stronger ones, meaner ones. It's a good beginning, but it's gonna get a lot better than this.
Well, we don't have these in Alaska.
I'm gonna go grab the anchors.
Okay. All right, I'll send your line here.
The next morning, Captain Todd and Sekeli head out to examine the dredge boat for any additional damage they may have sustained during their harrowing journey down the Queens River.
Right now we're gonna do an inspection of the hull because I struck several underwater objects really hard, and we need to figure out if there's any damage to the hull.
Captain Todd and Sekeli head for a calm, deep section of the bay, an area ideal for inspecting the hull, and clear enough to spot any crocs from a distance.
Okay, so about right here we got 30 feet.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and tie her off, Kelly. We should be good here.
Yeah, I've got sand up here. I'm just gonna throw it in.
Go for it.
As far as I know, on the way up river, we put a small dent in one of the pontoons. On the way down, we were banging it into stuff, coming to a complete halt. I mean, putting notches in the logs. I mean, we may have done some damage to the boat.
I'll start on this port side because I know that's where we had that small dent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So he's just gonna use this to scrape off some of the algae and get a peek at that. Get a little better peek at the hole and the damage and check all the welds on the pontoons.
Checking the underside of the boat was just a kind of inch by inch inspection. There had been a little, algae growth, so I scrubbed that off and was just checking welds, checking for scrapes, checking for dents, and checking for cracks, and ultimately, the worst case scenario, punctures in the hull.
Captain Todd must carefully examine every section of the boat's hull. Even the smallest hairline crack could allow water into a pontoon and increase the boat's weight enough to make navigating any river impossible.
How's the hole look?
It's fine. It's not perfect, but
Yes.
It appears to be a pretty strong hull, because we abused the hell out of it.
Yeah.
All the dings that are there are minor, so we'll be able to operate without no doubt in my mind.
Good. Good.
We just gotta, of course, try to be as easy on it as possible.
Yeah.
I think we got off lucky. I was a little surprised there wasn't more damage. Farley would like to make it as far upriver as possible for dredging and finding gold, but if I don't think I can get the boat to where it needs to be safely, then I'll have to say we can't do it. You know, Farley's in charge of this entire expedition, but if it falls under boating and boating safety, then it's going to be my call.
After spending 2 days doing nothing more than repairs and maintenance, dissension among the crew is growing. And Farley knows that if they don't find gold soon, they'll have to leave Bougainville empty-handed, and his family will be bankrupt. He's called a meeting to lay out a drastic plan to save the mission in its final weeks.
Hey guys,
Hey, Barley.
a little surprise for y'all. A little Merry Christmas early. You can have.
Hey.
Well, I'm about ready to bring the guys some beer. It's hard to find on this island. They need a little break. They need a little tension, a little steam maybe to go away. And I've got some pretty serious things I got to talk to them about. It's a desperate moment for us.
Cheers, dude. Thank you much.
We got to have a little chat again. I mean, we're not setting the world on fire right now with the dredging down here on the lower part of the Queens River. So I think the best way to do this is go up with a 6-inch for a few more tries. The guys understand that the gold is on the upper part of the river, that it's easier to find gold up the system. It's just the way it is with gold. Further you go up, the more you find it, the more concentrated it is, closer to the source it is.
I'm willing to try anything that I feel is safe. I just don't see it working out. We couldn't just flat out, period, could not go up as far as we've been.
There's so many obstructions that the boat's gonna get a hole in it sooner or later.
We're losing days, guys. We don't have any more days to lose. We have to find gold when we get up the river, and we have to make it up the damn river. We can't make it halfway. We gotta do it.
Farley, you weren't there, man. We bounced down the river.
All I've heard is why we can't do it. Now,
No,
we're
I
going to
didn't
go up
say
there,
we
and we
can't.
are going to do it. But I wouldn't be here if I didn't think we can't do it. I know we can do it. We have to find gold when we get up the river, and we have to make it up the damn river. We can't make it halfway. We gotta do it.
Farley, you weren't there, man. We bounced down the river.
6:30 p.m., Farley Dean is convinced that the fortune and gold he needs to save his family business awaits his team far up the treacherous Queens River. But his crew members are concerned that the journey is too dangerous to risk their dredge boat and the cutting-edge mining equipment it carries.
But I wouldn't be here if I didn't think we can't do it. I know we can do it. And all I've heard is why we can't do it. Now,
No,
we're
I
going to
didn't
go up
say
there,
we
and we
can't.
are going to do
I'm
it.
saying that in order to do it, where we're not going to lose another prop and lose a boat, I don't want to go back up that river without a chainsaw. You give me a day with a chainsaw on that river, and I can get us up a lot farther. Farley doesn't think that the river's that bad, but he didn't go where we went. He hasn't been that far up. We hit and got stopped on multiple occasions the last time that we went up that river. It's dangerous.
I like the chainsaw idea. I mean, if Kelly and you and we all decide we want it, I'll give it a try.
We got to get up the river.
We got to cut some trees to do it.
And we got to cut some trees to do it. You know, I don't want you with us, buddy. I can handle a saw. I think that it's going to be really important that you guys mine up where we're already finding gold. We need 20 more sites. We need 20 sites, or this thing is all for nothing. It was a pretty difficult argument we had. You know, there's supposed to be 2 teams out here. We've got the dredge team going up the river, and we got the guys out in the mountains prospecting in the creeks. We need 2 teams out there. We can't have all the strong people on the same team. And the job I needed Ian on was up in the mountains hauling that dredge.
What's going to help the team the best is the guy that can run the saw the longest.
God, I've learned the chainsaws with 48-inch saws, guys.
Well, that's cool, but
I know.
it's
I
gonna be
just
on
don't
you.
understand. We live a different life. I have lived a different freaking life. And I'm not worried about doing it. I'm not afraid of doing it.
Okay, then it's on you. I'll take you up the river, and I'm not going to touch the chainsaw. And if you fail, you fail.
Well, then that's fine.
Farley,
And I can accept
nobody's
I've never
saying you
failed
didn't
yet.
do it.
No,
And
you are
can't
saying
do
I
it.
can't do it.
You're 60 years old and you passed out from standing on a cage half a day. Now I'm
All right.
asking you to run a saw all day.
I've got 25 years of being on rivers, and they're a hell of a lot worse than this river. To me, this river is a lark. I've been
How many had
successful in the-
crocodiles in them?
Crocodiles are crocodile. I'm not worried about the crocodiles.
You shake your head, man, but we saw 5 of them in one day.
All right. I'm not going to worry about the crocodiles until I get bit in the ass.
I'm the only one here that can run that saw all day. And as much as I hate to say this, and I truly mean it, he's just not that guy anymore. He's a general. He ain't on the battlefield anymore. When he gets hurt and he ruins this entire mission, it's on him and him alone.
I think what I should just do is take the damn boat and chainsaw myself and go up the river and be done with it. Cut it out and not have to listen to any whining, complaining. I'm going up the river with or without him, so it's time to get things done. If we don't find the gold in the river, we're not going to survive.
So, Skelly, what do you think? We're thinking we'd use these bolt cutters to cut a hole in this cage here so we could fit that hose through there.
After spotting several crocodiles on their last mission, Sekeli, Todd, and Ben prepare to modify the custom croc cage that was designed to protect Sekeli while he dredges.
I would like to cut right along the weld seams here.
That sounds good.
I mean, the grading's what, like 2 inches wide or so? If they line up right here, or right there, that'd be ideal.
After a wasted day trying to operate the dredge from on board the boat, the team has determined that the machine is not powerful enough to lift sediment more than 2 vertical feet out of the water. So they're forced to scrap their original plan to run the dredge's hose up and over the top of the cage. Instead, they'll cut 2 access ports in the lower section, which will reduce the vertical distance sediment must travel and hopefully prevent the hose from clogging again. They will also add protective grating to the cage's viewports to prevent smaller crocs from entering while Sekeli is operating the dredge.
All right, so I think we got a plan, guys. Let's get after it, huh?
Yeah, all right. I'm ready. The first modification we're gonna make is cut some holes in it, maybe 3 or 4 feet high. It's gonna help the hose not have to work as hard or prevent us from dredging.
Cut this bad boy like right here.
Yeah. That's kind of slick right there. That's not too bad. The second thing we have to do to that cage is get some grating and cover up those viewports so that no crocodiles can get into those. Is there any way we can make this look a little more finesse? And I want everything to look like...
Is it all about looks, or is it?
It's more about looks.
There was a difference of opinion when we went to go put the wire mesh over those portholes. Sekeli kind of had an idea to keep them flush with the larger bars. Me and Ben wanted to go beyond. So we kind of started going off in one direction, and Sekeli stopped us.
I want that grating to fit here like I was saying. I don't want it to look Jimmy Ray.
Doesn't match perfectly, though.
It doesn't, but that's okay. You guys do your gold mining however you want. You take care of the boat however you want. This is my... I want it a certain way.
I didn't really agree with Sekeli, but it's his cage.
I'm less worried about safety. It's honestly, it's more about looks for me. Ben and Todd wanted to just get it over with and get it done quick, but I think my idea looked a lot cleaner. And when it comes to this cage, everything is my final say.
For Skelly's safety, so however he wants it, I guess, is how he should do it. I'm not the one dredging in the croc cage, so.
Dude, that's pretty slick. And not only does it look pretty smooth and efficient, it's super strong and it's not going anywhere.
With you inside, it's gonna be kind of a croc tease.
Yeah, dude, that was
good.
awesome. That was awesome.
Good thing I've got my culinary degree. Open some cans of stew.
Well, you know, BC alternative,
Yeah.
not eating.
Yeah.
The morning after Farley's blow-up with the crew, tensions are still high around camp, threatening to derail dredging for the day, if not longer.
So what happened last night?
I don't know. I kind of think the guys don't think I know how to run a chainsaw, you know?
I heard about the fight last night. I'm not really surprised that it happened, unfortunately. My dad is a very strong-willed man. When someone says you can't do this or you shouldn't do this, he puts his hackles up. You've been running chainsaws forever. Longer than probably all of us have been alive.
I hate to admit it, but yeah, I've been running chainsaws since I've been 15.
Right, but that being said, there's no need for you to do something that the young guys are totally
Capable,
and they've all run chainsaws before.
Yep.
My dad is 60 and has done things his way his entire life. So when you get two alpha dogs together, it does create serious tension.
I'm the old guy. I'm the only guy that's got the gray beard, and they're all young guys, and they probably just don't think I need to be running the chainsaw.
There are grunt workers. I mean, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. They're here to do the heavy lifting.
I have zero doubt that I can't handle that chainsaw on the river. I've been doing it for too long. That's my problem. And, you know, it's hard for me. It's hard getting older and the young guys telling you, you can't do that.
Well, did you lose it out there on him, or did you stay pretty calm?
I was very proud of myself. I did not lose it. And I kept Mr. Jekyll
at bay.
At bay. The point that they don't realize is that I know where my limits are.
So what are you thinking? What are you gonna do?
I really don't know yet.
Okay, it's honest.
Coming up,
my boat, I paid for it.
2 weeks of frustration pushes the crew towards mutiny.
It's my day to waste. It's not your day to waste. It's all ours.
Nope.
You brought us here.
So what's on the agenda for today?
Well, we definitely know we got to go up and clear the trees away, but I think we should take the cage and the dredge with us.
Bougainville Island, 4,000 miles southwest of mainland United States. After a bitter confrontation the previous night, Farley has agreed to allow Ian to join the boat crew as it chainsaws a path through the fallen trees and debris on the Queens River.
We spent enough time on the lower part of this river. I want to move up. We had a pretty good discussion last night about running the chainsaw. I'm a little more calm this morning than I was last night. I had a chance to think about it, and really my conclusion is it's not that they're telling me I can't do it, they're telling me I don't have to do that. And that's the hard part for me to accept.
I'm looking at the saw, and I'm thinking that we have a pretty good plan on how we're going to actually cut these logs out. But I see us using that all day.
Plan for today is to chainsaw as far as we can up the river, do some serious dredging. If we don't find some gold, these guys are going to start telling me it's time to go someplace else. So far, it seems like it's been very difficult to get the boat up the river, and it's no disrespect to anybody driving. So I would like to run the boat up the river today. And the main reason why is because I need to know if these pontoon boats are going to work. I don't know if that's the right machine for where we're at. And unless I physically drive it, I really don't know what's happening on the boat.
Okay,
let
me stop you there. I cannot relinquish my responsibility to the people and the vessel to someone else. I can't do that. So, you are welcome to drive the boat, but I won't be present.
I don't need this. I don't need this. It's my boat. I paid for it.
Go ahead.
Then
I'm not saying you can't run it.
If it bothers you that I run my boat after running boats for 25 years, I've been running boats longer than you've been alive, young man.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying I won't be there.
Okay, then that's fine. Then you'll stay here.
Okay, it's yours to take. Basically, if you disagree with Farley, it's going to be problems. But you can't let that skew your judgment because you want to avoid conflict. You know, he mentioned that he'd like to run the boat, but it's just a no-go. It's just, it can't be done.
He's the captain, boss.
You
gotta listen.
No, I don't have to listen. Ian.
See,
I
so it's a dictatorship. It's gonna be your way or the highway.
No, I'm just saying.
So then you should listen.
Ian, I'm not going to argue with you guys on this thing. I've got way too much time on boats. I mean, this is crazy to even have.
Were they pontoon boats in a river full of crocodiles?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't.
I went in the water.
Then you can stay with me, and I'll take the chainsaw.
Fine.
I mean,
you
I'll
do
take
everything. How about you do everything?
Okay, no problem.
You can't.
I can't.
That's what I'm trying. You can't even stand on a
6 hours on the cage.
6 hours. I'm asking you to do 8 hours of running a saw and running the boat.
I won't do 8 hours. I run a saw.
Then it's
more
a wasted day.
on the river.
Then it's another wasted day.
Then it's my day
There's
to
a
waste.
reason
it's
you
my
hired
day
a
to waste.
captain. It's not your day to waste.
Well,
it's all ours.
No.
You brought us here.
If I can't run the boat up the river to get a feel of what the boat is like for me to buy the next boat, well, then we got a problem.
Okay, then you can go by yourself. Because I'm not going to get hurt waiting for you to figure out that you f***ed up.
What we're trying to say, Farley, is there's just too many things going on right now. We have the dredge on there, the cage on there. We have to launch things, pick them back up. We're going to have a guy hanging over the side with the chainsaw. I mean, I think today is just not the day to do that. And I don't want to chance anything right now. I really don't.
Let the guy do what you hired him to do.
I'll tell you what. So I'll go ahead and go with you guys today. We'll do it. We'll do it the team way.
Thanks, Farley.
All right, guys. All right.
Thank you for listening to Reason, brother.
I won't go that far.
Anchors on board.
Thank you. Are we all set?
All set.
I'm going to swing you about so I can get on, bud. It's absolutely my style to lead from the front rather than from the back, but I do have to allow them to have their say and some of their own will on these because these are strong guys. So I'll bend this time, and we'll go up the river today. We'll cut some logs, and we'll see how difficult it really is.
You know, I think that Farley's still quietly in disagreement. I think he still wants to run the chainsaw all day. It's a pretty damn big chainsaw, and Farley's not as strong as he used to be. I think anyone in their right mind would not let a 60-year-old man go in a croc-infested river and run this chainsaw. But Farley still has something to prove. You know, maybe not to the team, but maybe, I think deep down inside still has something to prove to himself. Well, we've all got our own roles, you know? Yeah. You do your job and you trust everyone else to do theirs.
Farley's underestimating how dangerous this is. He's got the will of a lion, but he's getting a little long in the tooth, and he doesn't want to admit it. He's physically not able to do what needs to be done. He runs that saw, he's going down.
Coming up,
Guys, we got a problem.
Farley has something to prove, but the island won't make it easy.
Croc is in the water! He's in the water!
Looks like you got pretty good water, Todd.
6 miles west of base camp, Farley and the crew approach the Queens River, but they're one man short. Croc Jim is too ill to make the trip, leaving the crew dangerously unprotected as they attempt to chainsaw a path up the crocodile-infested river.
Yeah, we were discussing taking the cage out, and I just started feeling really weak. I couldn't hardly stand up. I had to go sit down.
I'm not gonna get hurt waiting for you to figure out that you f***ed up.
And I had to lay down. All the strength was just gone. You know, it's something you got to go through. We don't have doctors out here. We don't have medicines out here. We got to push through it, get back on our feet as soon as we can, get back to the mission. I'm always worried about the guys. I'm even worried about them when I'm there, so I'm really worried about it when I'm not there.
Hey, Cap, this whole point's changed.
Got a couple snags right here.
Steer to the starboard.
Okay, hug starboard.
Let's jump off, get a little weight off the boat.
10:30 a.m. Farley and his team drop their custom croc cage on the banks of the Queens River
Okay, when you're ready, Ian.
Let's go.
to clear deck space for their last push up the treacherous waterway.
Here we go. Push when you can. And on.
They are attempting to clear a path far upstream in search of the river's legendary fortune in gold, which is said to be guarded by giant crocodiles.
Drag mark right there. Look at that. Good size drag mark.
Hey, like we said, gentlemen, heads on swivels.
Roger, roger.
We got some snags coming here.
But there's dissension in the ranks, and the crew doubts Farley's ability to handle the massive 48-inch long chainsaw needed to clear the fallen log.
All right, we got 5 feet. I don't know why Farley continues to want to get his hands in things. It's a pretty damn big chainsaw, and Farley's not as strong as he used to be.
Okay, that's a big bitch.
How many pieces are you gonna cut that in, Farley?
Yeah, it's a pretty big piece. I'll probably cut it a couple of times.
That's up to you, Farley, because if you know, you're going to be the guy in harm's way.
Clear! Coming down!
Okay.
one down.
Holy
First
cow.
one down.
That's a log.
That's a hog, baby.
I was a little surprised on how well Farley handled the chainsaw. Farley cut through that log like butter, you know, and I'm glad he did because he had something to prove to us.
So, shall we proceed?
Yes, we're moving on here.
Okay, eyes out.
Ian, thank you, buddy. I feel good. I think Ian gave me the chance to prove to the other guys that the old man could still run the chainsaw. He knew that it was important to me.
Yeah, around this next bend's when we're gonna hit the stuff we can't pass.
Same procedure, just bow up to it.
Let's bow up to it and let's see what we're looking like.
How we looking?
That's perfect.
We got about 5 feet,
And
3 feet, and here we go.
I ain't gonna let it stop us.
hell of a job, Cap.
Hey, guys, we got a problem.
Holy crap.
How long's he been laying there?
I just spotted him right now. I mean, he could have been there when we pulled up. I didn't see him.
All right, well, what do you think?
That's on you. I'm not making that decision for you.
All right,
Your call, Farley. What do you want to do?
it really scared the out of me. That croc probably could have crossed that river in 3 or 4 seconds and been right there in my face. He's almost defying us to cut that log.
If you're not down, I'll get in the water and
No,
do it.
no, I'll finish it.
You guys keep an
All right.
eye on him,
Yeah.
and I'll keep eyes on him.
All right, man. Let's just get it over before he wakes up.
So let's just keep in mind that this is the closest we've ever been to one while we're working.
Big one too.
They're not
That's a big one.
scared of us.
That could take you down. So
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we got to get this cut. If we don't get this cut, we're not going up the river. It's screwed.
Watch your ass out there, man.
You watch him, I'll watch my ass, and you watch me, and we'll get this thing done. All right? Let's get it done before he moves.
yeah,
Okay?
I'm not taking my eyes off him. We'd seen some kind of swirl marks before. We'd seen another croc, but not when we had someone in the water. It was just high alert at that point, and we were all just on pins and needles.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So here I am, standing in 4 feet of water. I'm running the biggest chainsaw I've ever run in my life. We made the only decision we could. You guys watch the croc, I'll cut the log.
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself. There may be more than what we're seeing. I mean, I looked at least 2 times on that bank, and I didn't see it. I mean, that's just how well they blend in. Chainsawing in a river like that, you know, we don't know how these crocodiles are going to react, and obviously anything can happen.
Croc is in the water! He's in the water! Get him out of there! Kelly! Kelly! Get him out of the water!
On the next episode of The Legend of Croc Gold,
2 logs from hell laying across the river.
Farley's desperate push up the Queens River
They're just death traps.
has devastating consequences,
That guy tore a bicep. They burnt like hellfire.
leaving the team short-handed,
7,000 miles from home.
Oh my God.
and Ian's future on the expedition in doubt.
I feel like I let everybody down.
Despite major setbacks
Something big in the water.
and nightmare crocs,
They're apex predators. They're gonna bite you in half.
the crew battles on,
This could be really good.
and fortunes finally turn
Holy crap.
in Farley's daring mission to save his family business from bankruptcy.
I've never seen that much gold in my life.
But not so crazy after all.